Okay, so I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because I can't get through to the ticket office, which is there, because it's completely blocked off. Hey, today I'm in Seoul. To be honest, I didn't plan the trip very well, so I'm using an app called Visit a City. It's a really good app, not sponsored, but it's really good when you don't know what to do and you don't have time to plan. You put in your hotel, you choose an itinerary, and then it will give you directions and all sorts of things. I'm in Bukchon, Hanok village, and I was a little bit worried because the very first thing that I saw when I got here was a big sign saying no tourists. No, this is a village, blah blah blah, you're spoiling our life, etc. And I was a little bit apprehensive to actually come up here, but I saw some tours walking around, and there's also like free Wi-Fi here by Seoul City. So obviously it's the people that live here that are trying to scare tourists off. I can understand though, because I've been walking around really quietly. There's been quite a lot of noise coming from some tourists who are not being very respectful. So I'm just going to explore the area and see where the itinerary takes me. So on my way down, I've stopped by a really nice, quiet tea house. There's absolutely no one here, so I'm very, very, very lucky. Very welcoming people, and it's really beautiful in here actually. So this is the app that I use, and basically I have my itinerary here, and I put my hotel in, and the first place this is where I am right now, in the Hanok village. Excuse any pronunciation errors. And then from here, according to this, it's a 10-minute walk, and I'm going to go to Changdeokgung Palace and Secret Garden, and that should be 10 minutes, and I can actually straight on the app click on directions, and I'm going to open it in Google Maps. Oh, okay, not in Google Maps. I forgot Google Maps isn't very friendly here in South Korea. So I'm going to open it in Apple Maps, and just like that I get some basic directions on where to go. So let's check it out. After my lemonade, I ordered a lemonade, not a tea. Okay, so this is the second place with the itinerary, second and third really, because it's a palace and it's also a secret garden I'm going to. Once again, following the guide, the itinerary. Probably I'll carry on with the itinerary tomorrow because it's very hot and I'm just taking my time. But you could probably do the itinerary in one day if you stick to it. So inside the palace is a secret garden. You can only access it via a private tour, so make sure you check the times before you head to the palace if you want to see the secret garden. wasn't expecting the whole like palace complex to be so extensive. So if you're gonna come, you need maybe 1.5 2 hours probably to take it all in properly. The whole place isn't pristine, rather it's just a good example of what the palace might have looked like. You can't really go into any of the buildings, and it's not really a manicured garden as such, but still it's an interesting area and an interesting place to come to here in Seoul. It's very hot today. So this is day 2 of my 1-day itinerary that I didn't complete yesterday, because not because I was lazy, but just because I was taking it really easy. One thing that I've noticed here in Seoul is that the subway stations, they don't have like many shops like in Tokyo. Tokyo is like pretty much like a mini mall, like a mini shopping center. In every station you'll see tons of shops, restaurants, etc. Whilst here, maybe there's 1, maybe 2 shops so far that I've seen. Anyway, that's first impressions. I might discover that I'm wrong. So yesterday I completed a few things on my itinerary, and today I'm continuing the same itinerary by going to the Gangnam Bukchon Palace, which is supposed to be the largest and the most beautiful of the palaces. So looking forward to that, and hopefully after that I'll see where the itinerary takes me. But there's literally 1 or 2 more stops in the itinerary, in the 1-day itinerary. So let's check it out. Let's see how far I go. There's 1 or 2. There's one thing that I've seen here that I'm probably not going to do. It's Namsan Park. It's very, very hot, and I really want to explore the city. I want to spend the afternoon exploring the city. So exploring some of the different districts of Seoul anyway. So yeah, that's my plan. Day 2, here we come.
We offer Seoul costume trial service.
Wow. Okay, so I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because I can't get through to the ticket office, which is there, because it's completely blocked off because of this sort of display going on, which is quite cool. So I've just come at the perfect time. It's actually just before 10 AM, just for reference, just in case it's at 10 every day or something. So basically this is the changing of the guard ceremony, I've learned. There's drums and, whoa, that's a loud drum. And the horn also, wow. Okay, so that was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I've used the opportunity to buy the ticket and to go into the park whilst the thing is still going on. One of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of people are coming here and they're wearing like the traditional outfit of Korea, the hanbok, I think it's called. The dress is very pretty, very beautiful, and they're all like taking photos and doing photo shoots, and there's like groups of friends together, like they seem to be having fun just dressing up. Why not, yeah? It's easy to understand why so many people dress up to come here, because the place is huge. It just goes on forever. There's lots of people here, but yet there are so many open spaces where you can take photos on your own that it's just a perfect opportunity for photography and for taking video too. Actually, if I would have known that this palace was so extensive and probably I'd say a little bit more beautiful than the other one, I might have even missed the first one in the first place. But you know, when you're a tourist, you just want to do everything, don't you? Okay, so my next destination according to my itinerary is to go to the Seoul Tower. I don't know, North Seoul Tower? I'm not very sure. But I found this app online called Seoul Transit Metro, something like that. And I tried a few different ones and they were all really complicated and difficult to use. Your question might be, why am I not using Google Maps? Because for security reasons, you can find things on Google Maps. It will give you transit information, but it won't give you walking directions to the places. So if you know the closest metro station, then you're fine. You can input that in and it will give you all the transit information. But it's not as good as this app that I found. So I need to change once and it's going to take 16 minutes from here. So far I think Visit a City, the app that I'm using for the itinerary, is pretty good because it's keeping everything at quite close distances, so I don't have to travel more than 20 minutes. So that's a good thing, I think. So I'm on the bus now, on the way to the tower, to the Seoul Tower, which is going to be my last destination on my itinerary. There was 1 or 2 more stops in the itinerary that I'm going to miss out because they're like parks, and I really want to spend the afternoon exploring the different suburbs and areas of the city. So I'm going to sit down and have a coffee and probably figure out where I'm going to go. It's taken me 2 hours? Less than 2 hours, because I had a coffee in between to get from Myeongdong to the palace and back, where I just got the bus. So I hope I'm on the right bus. Anyway, I use this card, IC card. You can use it on all public transport around Seoul. So it's been quite easy. I managed to get the information from the internet, and then the actual bus stops and the subways are really easy to understand. Probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest one that I've used so far from any city. It might not be perhaps as extensive as some of the other networks around the world, but definitely the easiest one, and perhaps the most modern one that I've used for sure, yeah. So that was actually bus number 5 that I took, and I'm really happy that I got the bus, because originally when I looked at it on the map, it was only something like 1.2 kilometers away, and according to Apple Maps and Google Maps, both said it was going to take half an hour to walk. Obviously, because there's no walking directions for South Korea, so it kind of estimated how long it would take if it was in a straight line, I guess. But I think it would have taken me a good hour and a half because it was uphill. So let's see. So yeah, the bus kind of leaves you maybe 200 meters, I'm guessing, away from the tower. So there's still a little bit of a walk, and it's nice and shady, and it's cloudy also, so it's not as hot as it was earlier this morning, thankfully. I don't think you truly realize how big the city is until you see it from above, and I'm really glad that I came to this observation deck in the Seoul Tower, because it's actually really interesting. There are signs for how far things are from the tower, and for example, in North Korea is only like 246. Well, Pyongyang, the capital, is only 246. So I'm guessing that the border is even closer. So if I'm looking that way, then I should be able to. I'm guessing those mountains there might be North Korea. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm in Namdiam Market. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to pronounce it. Excuse me. After a day of doing an itinerary, checking out some of the different sites. The one-day itinerary that took a day and a half. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm here now and I've decided I'm gonna explore some of Seoul's different districts, starting with this one, just because it happens to be on the way to a restaurant that I'm trying to get to. So let's see what it's like. Lots of shops. I thought it was going to be closed at 6 p.m. There's loads of things going on. Seems to be the place to come for counterfeit supreme goods. Anyway, well, I'm guessing the counterfeit. I might be wrong, but I think the counterfeit, yeah. My friend recommended this place. It's called Hanok. It's a franchise type of Korean barbecue place, and I've been reading online everywhere that apparently you don't usually eat on your own. You usually eat like with a group of people. So I've had to order two. The only way that they would actually give me a meal was by choosing two. So I've got some skirts and some pork. So now I'm not very sure how I'm gonna eat this, so hopefully they'll help me out. So the guy has come and he's placed all the meat and he's cooking it for me. He's my helper. Because I've done Korean, well, I've done yakiniku in Japan many times, but this is kind of different. You eat it differently. So I was completely lost. I didn't know what to do, and the guy kind of saw me and he came and he helped me out, so it was great. Okay, so first of all, I don't know why on earth these chopsticks are so freaking difficult to use. The metal chopsticks are difficult, but I've got some of this pork belly. It's incredible on its own. It's juicy and crispy and just full of pork goodness. And I've been told that I need to have it with some fried kimchi and one of these leaf things. I don't know what it is, but it's like marinated in some kind of vinegar. I'm guessing anyway. The kimchi is spicy, the pork is crispy, and the green thing is fresh. So altogether, it's perfect. That meal was really delicious. I recommend it. I'm sure there are better places in Seoul, but for a first-time Korean barbecue person, it was perfect. It cost 32,000 won, which is about £21, which I think is acceptable for a meal. It was supposed to be for two people, but after a full day of walking around, I think that I managed to eat all of it. what a problem. The only bits that I left were like the veggie bits. So I've come to Gangnam, however you say it. Basically, really because of the song. I thought I better come just to check it out, see what it's like. It's very businessy, shopping, high-end sort of shopping kind of place. There's lots of stores. Everybody seems to be just a little bit more fancy than the other places I've been to here in Seoul. Sometimes being lost walking around can be some of the most adventurous and best times of a trip. I was looking for a coffee shop, but everywhere looks like super fancy, and I am not at all looking fancy right now. It's been a long day and I'm back in Myeongdong where I'm staying. And Myeongdong is like a mecca for beauty products, for boutique shopping, street food. If you want to get something quick to eat and have it on the go, this is a place to go. Or if you just want a sweet snack on the way or a break from the hustle and bustle, there's lots of coffee shops here too. So I'm just going to explore the area and head back to my hotel because I've got a long day tomorrow. So once again I forgot to end the video, typical me. If you like the video, please don't forget to thumbs up, I really appreciate it. Hit that notification ding dong bell button if you want to keep up to date with more videos. And if you're a new viewer, then don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Till next time, see you, bye!